Hello everyone. Let's begin making this beautiful terracotta choker set. We start off with a slab of 0.6 centimeters in thickness. I roll it using my rolling pin. Smoothen the slab using my fettling knife. Using a round shaped cookie cutter which is 2 centimeters in diameter, I cut out the shape. And using a triangular shaped cookie cutter, I cut out 2 such pieces. That's all part of the choker. Now for the studs, I'm making a slab of 0.25 or 0.3 centimeters in thickness, smoothening it using again my fettling knife. Using an even smaller round shaped cookie cutter, I cut out a pair. This is for the earrings. Simple round studs. I smoothen each of them individually. I'm using rhinestones. These are 3 mm. This is the back end of the brush. I just make a little bit of a depression in the clay, and this is exactly where the rhinestones will go. And using a straw, I'm just adding a couple of these designs. I do have a video of how I actually make this, so I'll try and link that in the description box. Using a nozzle, adding a few round shaped designs. The Nichrome wire U-pins that I'm using for this particular set are all gauge 24, and I'm going to be using quite a few of them actually. For the triangular one, I'm going to be using 4. For the circular one, I'm going to be using 6 U-pins. And again, on the other triangle, again 4. I'm just aligning the U-pins over here so that they are straight. Attaching a few ghungroo beads at the base. Now that you see everything is ready, I let this dry. This is a very small set, so it dries very quickly. And once it's dried, it's fired in an electric kiln. And once it's fired, it's got this beautiful terracotta color. And I've also laid out the paints and the brushes. The paints are black, antique gold, yellow ochre, light olive green, and orange. The paint brushes are a round tip 2 and a liner brush. These are the rhinestones that I'm going to be using. I begin with applying a base coat of black, diluted black all over, except for the ghungroo beads. I paint the ghungroo beads in antique gold. What I generally do is paint the front part of the ghungroo bead, let it dry, and then go on to paint the back part of the bead. Using a toothpick, I apply a little bit of E6000. I attach the rhinestones. I give it a bit of a press with the back end of a brush. Using my liner brush, I just apply a few yellow ochre dots. Now with orange. With light olive green. Just drawing a freestyle leaf or a petal-like design. Adding a few yellow ochre dots. And repeating the same leaf-like pattern with antique gold. Adding a few green dots. Now, keeping with the theme, I just thought I'll repeat the same, something similar in the center round part as well. So I'm drawing a floral pattern here. I fill it up with green and then I outline it with antique gold. Now that you see everything is ready, I let the paint dry, and once it's all dried, it's time to varnish. This is the product I use. I give it a good shake and transfer a little bit of the contents into a bowl or a container, and using a broad bristle soft brush, I apply a generous quantity. Now, I personally did not see that much of a difference in the shine of the stone when I applied the varnish. But if you are, if you are in doubt, you can always apply the varnish and then stick the stones. To me, I prefer doing it this way. It could also be because I'm using a satin varnish. Now that the varnish is dried, it's time to put the set together. I'm going to be using these Rudraksh beads. A gear wire, crimp beads. I'm going to be using quite a few crimp beads and crimp covers in this particular set. These are the crimp covers, jump rings, the dory or the necklace cord, and my set of pliers. I begin by first attaching the stud posts. I use E6000 for this as well. I attach the stud post, and then with the help of this particular nozzle, I just give it a bit of a press. Because those stud posts are a little bit sharp, I can't use my hand to press it down, so that's why I use this kind of a nozzle so that I make sure it attaches really well. I just give it a gentle press. Now I put a crimp bead through a gear wire and then through the hook, bend it, and then again through the crimp bead. I press it with the help of my plier and cover the crimp bead with a crimp cover. While pressing the crimp cover, I'm just being a little extra careful because I don't want to deform it. So that's the basic way to start as well as end the piece. I add in about 3 Rudraksh beads. Just repeating the same process again. In fact, this part is probably what I thought was more difficult than even painting the set. The set painting as well as making was pretty easy, but putting this entire piece together did take time because everything was so small. It just took much longer than I expected. So that's the basic arrangement, and I just had to repeat that again 5 more times. So I think it just, the Rudraksh beads are just such a perfect match for this particular set. I was so elated when I saw this whole thing come together. So towards the end of it also, I'm again repeating the same process. Just opening up my the jump rings to attach the cords in. And once I've closed it, I repeat the same thing for the other end as well. And that's it. This beautiful, beautiful set is ready. I am very, very happy with the way this has turned out, and you see me wearing that set, so it gives you an idea of how light and how elegant the set is. So I really hope you all enjoyed watching the video, everyone. Please do let me know what you think of the video in the comment section, and as always, I'll get back to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for watching.